Good evening, guys. Steve here with Dovetails and Dados. Wanted to take a little while this evening and ask a question as to whether you are getting the most out of your table saw sled or not. I have had a crosscut sled for a long time, but I have a project here that I am making 50 little boxes. The interior dimensions are 4 inches by 6 inches by 1 inch. So they're pretty small, kind of repetitive. 50 of them means I need 100 parts each of two different sizes, and I didn't want to try to cut those each piece individually. So what I did is I put two stop blocks on the back fence of my miter sled, and they work really well for repeatability, consistency, and efficiency. As you can tell, I'm cutting two boards at a time in the video, and I have this two stop blocks. I have one of them set at like 5 inches, which is that first one there. To use that, I set the boards on end and cross cut them. To use the 7-inch block, all I have to do is lay them down on their flat edges and slide them over. So it really gives me a lot of freedom when it comes to sorting out the pieces. This particular customer didn't want a lot of knots, so I did everything I could to kind of eliminate those as I was going through all the pieces, sorting them. It really did work pretty well. A couple words of caution: you are using a blind tool. I mean, you can't see the blade spinning when you're pushing the sled through, but you have the visual of the kerf line coming through the sled. You know where the blade's going to be, and you know to keep your hands away from it. That's the only danger really in this. If you're uncomfortable having your hands that close to the blade, you could use some clamps. I had thought about using a couple of the toggle clamps to hold them down, but then I realized that that wouldn't be very efficient. Moving on, you'll see the mitered section. Oh, gotta show all the, that's about 3/4 of the pieces cut. So here you'll see me do the mitered section. Obviously I have stop blocks in place, and for anybody that has one of these sleds, you know that you don't have to have perfect 45s because they'll make up for it on the other side. So on this particular project, I'm cutting all my short pieces on the right side of the sled and all my long pieces on the left side of the sled. That works really well. So far I've had great luck with it. This is the most time-consuming part, but in the end, the results are well worth it. I'm not going to put out a video about the build because it seems there are hundreds of videos out there about the build of a miter sled for your table saw. But that's just how I was using it today, and it seemed like it was quite efficient, and I thought I'd share with you guys. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to share them in the links below. As this project progresses, I'm sure you'll see another video or two on it. It's kind of a fun little project. It's taking a little bit of time, but it's also making me step back and look at my process a little bit. Anyways, I appreciate you guys taking a look. Let me know if you've done something similar or not, and how it worked out. If you like what you see, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next time.